Episode 14, In a crowd of people, only you. The night festival lit up the town like a dream. Lanterns floated above the crowded streets, casting soft, golden light over laughing families and groups of students. Food stalls lined the roads, the air thick with the smells of grilled meat, sweet bean paste, and the faint, sharp scent of sparklers burning in children's hands. Wei adjusted his jacket, scanning the crowd impatiently. Yuna stood beside him, her hand looped casually through his arm, her smile bright and easy. But Wei's eyes weren't on her. They were searching. And then, there he was. Chen. Walking toward them, hand stuffed deep into his jacket pockets, hood half up, face shadowed and unreadable. Wei felt something unclench inside him. He tried to hide the stupid smile that tugged at his mouth. "Took you long enough," he called. Chen rolled his eyes. "I got stuck behind some idiot selling goldfish." Wei chuckled, stepping forward. Without thinking, he reached out. Fingers brushing Chen's wrist, pulling him slightly closer, out of the way of the weaving crowd. Chen stiffened for a second, then relaxed. Didn't pull away. Wei let his hand fall back to his side, pretending it hadn't happened. But his skin burned where they touched. They wandered through the festival together, the three of them. Yuna chatting animatedly about the games and the food. Wei answering distractedly. Chen saying almost nothing. Wei bought grilled skewers from a street vendor and, without a word, handed one to Chen. Chen blinked at it, surprised. Wei shrugged. "Don't die of starvation." Chen muttered something about Wei being an idiot, but he took the food and ate it. Wei watched him over the rim of his soda cup, heart doing ridiculous things. At the goldfish scooping booth, Yuna laughed and dragged Wei toward the games. Wei went. But his eyes kept darting back to where Chen leaned against a post, hands buried in his pockets, watching them with an expression Wei couldn't quite read. Later, they stood at a candy stall. Yuna picked out sweet rice cakes, offering one to Wei. Wei reached for it. And Chen, passing too close, bumped him hard with a shoulder. "Watch it," Chen said dryly. Wei turned, fake offended. "You bumped into me, dumbass." Chen smirked, unbothered. Wei shoved him lightly. Chen shoved back. Yuna laughed, shaking her head. "You two fight like kids." Wei grinned. But when he looked at Chen was already looking back. Eyes dark, unreadable. The air between them thrummed with something heavy and electric. As night deepened, the fireworks started. Booms echoed across the city. Bright flowers of light burst open overhead, painting the sky in color. Wei stood shoulder to shoulder with Chen, close enough that he could feel the heat radiating off him. Close enough that every breath felt stolen. He could hear Yuna gasping and laughing at the colors. But all Wei could see was the way the fireworks lit up Chen's face. The way the light caught the curve of his jaw, the stubborn set of his mouth, the almost vulnerable softness around his eyes. Wei's heart stuttered. In a crowd of hundreds, with noise and color and life exploding all around them, Wei only saw him. Only him. Always him. Narrator. Sometimes, you don't find someone by searching. You find them because, in a world full of noise and strangers, they are the only one your heart can hear. And in a sky full of fireworks, they are the only light you ever needed. Pause. The crowd thinned after the fireworks. Families bundled up and wandered toward parking lots. Kids dragged cotton candy sticks twice their size. The festival stalls began to close, shutters rattling down with soft bangs. But Wei lingered. So did Chen. Yuna waved goodbye with a bright smile, saying she had to meet her roommate. Wei barely noticed her leave. Because Chen stayed. And that was all that mattered. They wandered past the last few open booths. Wei spotted it then. A tiny stall tucked in the corner, half hidden under drooping banners. Handmade bracelets. Simple leather bands, rough cords braided with tiny wooden beads. Nothing expensive. Nothing flashy. Just small, messy, real things. Wei drifted closer without thinking. Chen paused a few steps ahead, hands shoved in his jacket pockets, waiting without comment. Wei picked up a bracelet. Dark brown leather, a single tiny silver bead woven into the braid. It wasn't perfect. But somehow, it felt like Chen. Strong. Worn. Uncomplicated. He turned to glance over his shoulder. Chen wasn't watching. Good. Wei paid quickly, slipping the bracelet into his jacket pocket. The leather was warm from his hand, the weight of it stupidly heavy. They kept walking. Neither of them said much. The city quieted around them. Wei's fingers brushed the bracelet again and again inside his pocket. He thought about pulling it out. Thought about shoving it into Chen's hand with some stupid joke. Here. For being less annoying than usual. Or maybe you could use some fashion help. Or maybe nothing at all. Just give it. But when he looked at Chen, walking a little ahead, shoulders hunched against the cool breeze, hair messy from the wind. Wei's courage collapsed. He left the bracelet where it was. Buried deep. Untouched. When they reached the dorm, Chen turned to him. "You're weird tonight," Chen said, eyebrow raised. Wei smirked. "Takes one to know one." Chen rolled his eyes, pushing the door open. But there was a softness in his expression. A knowing. A quiet acceptance. And Wei thought. Maybe he didn't have to say anything. Maybe Chen already knew. Maybe some things were too fragile to name. And maybe, just maybe, Chen was waiting anyway. Narrator. Some gifts never reach open hands. Some words never reach open mouths. But love, real love, it lives in the things you carry quietly, the bracelets hidden in jacket pockets, the glances you can't stop stealing. And the hope that someday they'll know.